guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news. So it looks like Dawn Staley has broken her solid about the 43-game streak her team has just lost. Guys, for this one here, we got to go to UCLA. Let's get it. Let's go. I'll be the first to tell you, nobody expected Dawn Staley Gamecocks to lose this game, dog, because headed into this Sunday matchup with UCLA, South Carolina had not lost a game in 43 straight games, dating back to April of 2023. Even though the Bruins were hosting, that wasn't a big deal. Since South Carolina had won 33 straight road games, headed into this one, the third longest streak ever, but to everyone's surprise, both of those streaks ended today. For the first time in school history, UCLA beat number one ranked team, this time by a score of 77-62. It had been an 0-20 in previous tries. Lyndon Jones scored 15 points, going 5 for 5 from downtown. And the Bruins stormed the momentum to win the game. Now, Dawn Staley did speak to reporters immediately after this game. And I'm here to tell you, she did not hold back. Y'all already know. Roll the footage.
Coach, what about that first half that UCLA put together that gave you so much trouble? What were they able to do that kind of just controlled the tempo? They controlled every aspect of that first half. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, that's what they did. You answered your own question. They played well. I mean, they were hitting on all cylinders. They executed our game plan to a T. I thought we did a great job on vets, but we got killed by everybody else, and figure out how we control everybody else and not allow them to get as many open looks. And they hit open looks, they hit contested looks. It was a great game, great atmosphere, and a great opportunity for UCLA to knock us off.
Stay in the front of the left, and we'll come to Doug.
Excuse me, started with their defensive intensity. It felt like maybe they set the tone early with the way they were trying to smother you.
They had it going on both sides of the basketball. We didn't adjust. I thought we cut their lead to 7 with the ball. Missed the chippy in the paint. Could have been a run for us, but they never let us really back in the game.
Doug, go ahead.
Hey, two-part, just coach sometimes go,
Who?
hey, coaches kind of go sometimes, hey, I did see something like this coming based on practice, how you played earlier this season, so that's something you thought maybe things were going where you want them to be at this point. And secondly, playing a game like this, does it help for you expose things that you need to work on for obviously what matters later in the season?
I mean, you play the game. Obviously, we knew we were going to play a really good UCLA team. Didn't anticipate them shooting the way they shot the basketball. But yes, it's a great, I thought some good stuff came out of it, like some really good stuff. I mean, stuff that, obviously our shot selection is something that we are dealing with on a daily basis once we get that under control. But I thought we had some really good contributions from, people that don't play a whole lot, that we can probably give a little bit more minutes to. We'll figure it out. I mean, we're in transformation. I mean, we're in transition from having a dominant big to not having a dominant big, and figuring out how we can incorporate our big scoring the basketball a little bit. So we'll figure it out. We gotta get comfortable with it. Our bigs have to get comfortable with doing it a little bit differently. But I think it was great for the game. Just told our team this is our second loss in 2 years. So no, it doesn't feel good. But yes, we have to figure things out, and we will.
Alexa, and then here in a second.
Just on that note, you just mentioned the team isn't used to necessarily losing that much. So what was your message to them after the game, and what do you want them to take most from this experience, and feeling like it does feel to lose by this much?
Yeah, my message was this is what we usually do to teams. It doesn't feel good when you're on the receiving end of it. But you also know you got beat by a great team, like executing on both sides of that. It was beautiful basketball by UCLA, beautiful on both sides. Like I can't, I'm on the opposite side of it, but you can't help but to love up on it because it was fluid on both sides of the ball. They wanted it. I thought our kids fought, but we ran into a buzzsaw today.
Here, and then we'll come on to the side there.
Hey, Coach. You have a lot of experience playing against Janiyah Barker in the SEC. I'm wondering what you thought of her performance today and how she's fit in this UCLA team.
Great. Great. Janiyah Barker was a great addition to their team. I thought she played real disciplined. Like there's no wiggle room for her to do anything else besides do what the coach asks you to do. And once she does, it produces big wins like this.
On the left side of the ring.
You mentioned that you guys did a pretty good job on Lauren. What is it about Lauren that makes her so unique and just really a challenging person to play against?
Yeah, you gotta. She commands so much attention. Not just the player that's guarding her. Everybody else has to sink in on her ability to just be super efficient. Let me see, how efficient was she? 5 for 8. What's that, y'all? What percentage is that?
62.5.
62 is not 79. We wanted it under 50. But even with her being under 50, everybody else, I thought Elena did a really great job. Really great job. It was fun watching her on film. I was hoping that she could come off the bench and not get as many minutes, but she's the one that really was really, really impressive. You saw the question?
Coach, obviously there's ups and downs when it comes to winning and when it comes to losing in college basketball. And you're kind of building like a budding dynasty in South Carolina. And I was just curious on your thoughts on Gina Auriemma just breaking the all-time winning record for coaching.
Gino and Chris Daly have been servant leaders in our sport. They've been the gold standard in college basketball, and for someone that's dedicated their lives to young people and to our game, it's only fitting. It's only fitting that they're the ones that's holding the throne of being the winningest coaches in our game.
Here on the right, Coach.
Coach, you said before the game that you were concerned that your players were playing maybe a little too carefree or they didn't feel any pressure. Did you notice that today? And what most impressed you about the way UCLA defended you?
That doesn't have a number next to the team that sometimes we get a little unfocused. But taking a loss will help us focus on anybody that we play. And then what was the second question?
What most impressed you about the way UCLA defended your team?
They were relentless. They didn't allow us to get any clean looks. They ran us off the screens. They did a great job of just locking in and playing 40 minutes of locked in defense.
We'll finish right here on the right.
Can you give your thoughts on Tessa Johnson, the way she came in? She got to step up for you all in the first half.
Tessa's a player. Obviously she knocked down some threes for us to get us a little bit of momentum. But we needed a lot more than Tessa today. But proud of Tessa. Tessa's a player, that is going to have an extraordinary career for us, and look forward to helping her continue to develop.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all.
Now that was Dawn Staley breaking her silence about this matchup against the UCLA Bruins. I'm still thinking her team is going to be okay, but this is definitely going to be a tough loss to come back from because, like I stated, they had won 43 straight games. Get down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bills on because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out. Shake